Roman Reigns to reunite with Solo Sikoa? Ex-WWE star jokes about the possibility with an interesting scenario. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa were once on the same page in WWE when the two were in the same faction as the Tribal Chief and the Enforcer, respectively. However, Matthew Rehwoldt, FK Aiden English, thinks there's a possibility of them reuniting against a new threat earlier this month. Fatu and Tonga went on their own as they started to cut promos and have matches on Friday Night SmackDown without Solo Sikoa. The two have been rampant with no clear directive from their former leader following his loss to Roman Reigns on WWE RAW. Speaking on the Rebooked Wrestling podcast, Matthew Rehwoldt, FK Aiden English, joked that the company can resort to lazy writing by bringing Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa back on the same page against Fatu and Tonga. However, the star thinks it's possible and unlikely at the same time that easy booking would be Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Tama, Tonga, and Fatu. Big bloodline tag match, you know what I mean? That feels like overtreading, but it's one of those where there's a universe where that gets booked, English said. From 8:30 to 8:45, Solo Sikoa seemingly ignored Fatu and Tonga on WWE SmackDown after loss to Roman Reigns. Last year, Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns' respective factions got a win over one another at WWE PLEs. However, the two chiefs decided to settle the score when they fought on Raw's Netflix debut for the Ula Fala. In the end, Roman Reigns walked away with the sacred necklace, and Solo Sikoa was left with nothing. After weeks of absence, Sikoa returned to Friday Night SmackDown, but things were different. Fatu and Tonga went on their own and won a match against Cody Rhodes and Jimmy USO. Later, they attacked Big Jim when he was moments away from defeating Carmelo Hayes. After the beatdown, Solo Sikoa appeared but didn't interact with the duo. Moreover, he walked away without uttering a word about his loss. It'll be interesting to see what's next for the star on WWE SmackDown. Roman Reigns to make a career-defining announcement on WWE RAW, exploring the chances. The upcoming 2025 WWE Men's Royal Rumble match will feature the biggest names in the business, including Roman Reigns. However, the OTC might make a game-changing announcement on Raw before the PLE. Reigns is scheduled to appear on the Red brand next week, marking his first appearance since winning the Tribal Combat match against Solo Sikoa to reclaiming his Ula Fala. Shortly after, Paul Heyman declared his Tribal Chief's participation in the massive 30-man battle. Now that Roman Reigns is expected to address fans when he appears on WWE RAW, he might have a shocking announcement up his sleeve. He may have gotten his Ula Fala back, but the original Tribal Chief might want to reclaim his World Championship. Roman may state his intentions to win the Royal Rumble and get a title match at WrestleMania 41. Triple H could go beyond and include an angle where Reigns announces that he won't go after the title again if he loses in the Rumble. This would allow current, engaging feuds to culminate in title matches at WrestleMania. On the other hand, Reigns, who is arguably the greatest world champion in WWE's modern era, would make peace with never winning the title again and would finally be free to focus on personal feuds with Seth Rollins and, later, The Rock. The WWE confirms another big return for Monday Night Raw next week. Triple H has an action-packed show booked for the Red brand next week. Fans will see Logan Paul back on the show. The former United States champion could potentially target John Cena. The promotion has also confirmed that Cody Rhodes will appear on the Monday night show. It would be interesting to see what he says, considering Kevin Owens appeared last week and was involved in an intriguing segment with Sami Zayn. WWE Superstar reacts to being called the Battalion Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest names in all of professional wrestling. Recently, WWE NXT Superstar Luca Cruzifino reacted to being called the Battalion version of the only Tribal Chief. That Reigns' latest appearance on WWE television was on the Raw on Netflix premiere on January 6th. He defeated Solo Sikoa to regain the Ula Fala and once again establish his place as the Tribal Chief. On Instagram, Cruzifino reacted to being called the Battalion Reigns by sharing a throwback photo of them. Cruzifino signed with WWE in 2022. He was assigned the gimmick of a lawyer before joining the D'Angelo family and remains an active member of the faction. The group is led by D'Angelo and consists of Channing, Stax, Lorenzo, and Adriana Rizzo. Luca Crisafino says Roman Reigns stole his name. Luca Crisafino discussed his issues with Roman Reigns, claiming the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion stole the NXT superstar's name. There were people who were 6 feet 7 inches, 6 feet 8 inches. There were a few guys around my height too, probably a little skinnier and more defined. There are people in WWE around the same height. Roman Reigns, he stole my name, so we have some beef there. He's about my height. I was at Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh, and I was standing front row. He's about my height, a little more cut up, he's the champion, but when someone takes your name, there is a little business to be had there. Reigns has confirmed his entry in the 2025 Royal Rumble match. He will be joined by John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and other notable superstars. The OG Bloodline leader wants to become a 2-time undisputed WWE champion after being dethroned by Cody Rhodes in 2024. John Cena and Roman Reigns set to battle it out at WWE Royal Rumble. Believes veteran the upcoming WWE Royal Rumble PLE has fans and critics on their toes with anticipation right now. Wrestling veteran and legendary journalist Bill Apter, for one, has already called the ending of the men's Royal Rumble match, which he thinks will involve Roman Reigns and John Cena. The Cenation leader has already made it clear that this year will be his last in the pro wrestling business, at least inside the ring. As such, fans are quite excited to see how his stellar career ends. According to Bill Apter, Cena could be starting off strong with a WWE Royal Rumble win. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling Smack Talk, the veteran journalist stated that he could see the face that runs the place winning the 30-man match, as that is what the people want to see. Apter predicted that Cena and Reigns would be the final 2 participants left in the Rumble, and the 47-year-old would ultimately pick up the victory owing to a distraction from one of the Bloodline members. The last 2 guys are John Cena and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns gets distracted, of course, from Jacob Fatu possibly, or some of the other Bloodline members there. Turns his back. John Cena sees that, dumps him over the rope. John Cena gets the title shot because that's what people want to see right now, he said. 434 onwards, a WWE legend recently talked about a potential final match with John Cena. While Kurt Angle would apparently like nothing more than to face John Cena in his final year, it is seemingly not going to happen. Speaking on the Insight podcast with Chris Van Vliet, Angle stated that despite his desire to wrestle again, especially Cena's last WWE match, his injuries had made it impossible. The veteran said, No, because what happened was I threw my back out and I couldn't walk for a week after that. My wife was like, You're